What I'm about to talk about, I think is really important as it relates to why my position with the makers is so important, because people want to cut me out. And here's the thing is, like, I'm a link in the chain of this movement. Okay, let me try to do this. Okay. So over the last few years since I've been in Indonesia, I've had certain people contact me about buying furniture. But really what their motive is to eventually cut me out. And I think what people don't really understand about working with me is that it's really not about you getting the cheapest price. Okay, so if you want the cheapest price, don't reach out to me. Don't contact me, because I'm sorry, but you're not my customer. Because see, you have a focus on something that is not going to win for us, which is keep the makers down. The more you keep talking about cheaper prices, the more you keep the makers down, because their prices are so cheap already. I was thinking about this yesterday, that they really can't even like cover the cost. So what they do is they have to get one production ahead, or actually they'll be midstream of production. They'll take your order to finish this production because they don't have enough money to finish it, because they didn't charge you enough. So they have to take money from this production, this new production coming in, and apply it to this production so they can finish this production, ship it off, and then they've got this production underway. So now, what do they have to do? Yes, they have to get another production that will finish this production, okay? So then that production can go out, and then they've got this again. So it's this revolving problem. And so they will always take the order for a low price, because they have to have money to put on the existing production. And in their minds, they're saying, I will figure out this new production later. And I know, because I was caught in that trap with them. And now that I am in the US and I'm catching my breath, and I'm seeing actually what and who the customers are, and what, I don't know, what they're up to, I'm just like, okay, I need to just freeze my actions, step back, and really look at the landscape of all of this. So this customer came in from a European country, beautiful place, and said very seriously, I need one maker for $700, what, a week, a month? I don't know, in this really dismal flat. And so my thought was anger, because that's not my vision for them. Is for them to go from where they are to an equally less place with no family surrounding them and no way to get out. No. And so if you look at the laws around like bringing any Indonesians out of Indonesia to work in your workshop, you've got to have at least $10,000 for that one Indonesian in a bank account, in their bank account. You've got to have at least $10,000 in their bank account, plus you have to give them a salary and room and board. And then there's an expiration on that. So, sorry, I'm getting kind of loud. I know, I need to calm down. It's just that I'm trying to think about what to say here and how to say it. It's basically, I mean, if you think that I would move a maker from their family, from their security, from their home for $700 a week, I mean, I actually think this person was thinking $700 a month. And they just thought, oh, well, I'm just going to get this cheap labor from Indonesia and I'm going to bring it to my country. They're going to work in my workshop and you're going to help me find that person. Oh, and not only that, but you're going to tell me all the laws and regulations around bringing them over. I'm like, this person has spent the last couple of years wasting my time. Like, they never intended on really buying. They never really intended on that. They just intended on somehow finagling one of those makers into their workshop in their country and then holding them hostage. Wow. I can't tell you how angry I was. I kind of want to show you what came through. So I want to, in that conversation in my DMs, yikes. But if you're thinking that you have a workshop and you want to bring a maker over, first off, I personally could get behind that if you were bringing at least 2 makers. So that would be at least $20,000 in their bank accounts, $10,000 in each bank account, plus a weekly salary for 3 months. Then it could get extended for another 3 months for a total of 6 months. And then they go back to their country. And then after that, you can reevaluate to bring them back in or not. But think about a $10,000 or $20,000 investment to your business if you're wanting to scale it on production in your workshop that's in another country where you need their specific skill, and you think that you're going to start that with $700 a month. I mean, they need a visa, they need a passport, they need a cell phone, they need a bank account. They've got all the skill to put you out on the front lines. But not like that, not like that, no, it's not going like that. If you come to me and ask me for that, no, because my vision of the makers is fame and nice house and cars and food and clothes, not let me take you from this hole and put you in another hole for money and then send you back to your country when you're, I don't know, years older with no money. No. No. You've got to give them something. You've got to give them something. And if it's not money, you've got to give them fame. Yep. You've got to give them fame. And if you have the money, you've got to give them a house. And if you've got the money, you've got to give them a car. And if you've got the money, you've got to give them food. You can't just get them for cheap. If you go there, okay. But you're going to have to stay to make sure that you get a production that aligns to your vision. Don't think you can walk into a third world country and expect them to think luxury and understand it. They don't. They understand survival. And that survival sometimes puts them in a mindset that is not resonant of luxury. It's resonant of desperate. It's resonant of need. It's resonant of help. It's resonant of SOS. And so in order to get them to build beautifully, they have to have their needs met. They have to feel safe. They have to feel safe with you. Otherwise, they'll be in this constant freak out mode. We don't want that. We want like happy, warm, creative, collaborative vibes. Gaining momentum. Choo choo, come on, ride the train. It's a choo-choo train.